Hello everyone. Good evening. Can someone confirm whether I'm audible or not? Hello. Okay. Okay. I think this is the first session of week 3, I guess, right? So in this session, we'll briefly go through the practice assignment questions. I think there are around 11 or 12. I don't know. I'm not sure. So we'll solve those questions one by one. If you guys have any doubt, uh, after completing the practice assignment question in week 3, we'll take that. Okay. So are you guys able to unmute your mic and able to ask your questions? Because in last session, I think most of them not able to unmute with themselves. Okay, I think the same issue is continuing. Okay, let me know if you guys have any doubt. Please raise your hand. I'll send up a request to unmute yourself so that you can ask your doubts or questions. Okay, is that works? I hope my screen is visible. You guys can confirm through the chat or by showing thumbs up, at least so that we can start. Okay. Okay, well, solving the question, if you guys have any doubt in between, you guys can raise your hand so that we can address your doubts also. Okay. Just a minute, I'll connect my writing part so that. Okay. So I think this is the week we'll be fully seeing the pseudo codes instead of looking at the vocabularical pseudocode steps, right? So, so please let me know if you guys are having any doubts in understanding the pseudocode. We'll try to explain those also step by step. The first question is from the shopping list data set. So in the question, they have given a count bills procedure, that means a function, okay, which counts the number of bills from the Big Bazaar. So the question said there is a count bill procedure and which counts the number of bills from Big Bazaar with the total amount more than the average total bill amount. So this is the condition that we need to check for increasing the count. So it is nothing but uh, Big Bazaar, the shop should be Big Bazaar. So in short form, hereafter I will put it as BB, and the total amount should be greater than the average bill. So if both of these conditions were true, so we can increase the count. So also they have mentioned, assume that average pulls the value of average total bill amount. That means we don't need to separately compute this average total bill amount. Assume that is computed and stored in this variable average. Okay. Let's look at the options first. Okay, this is the pseudocode that is given. We need to just fill up this part. Okay. And this is nothing but a procedure. Procedure is nothing but uh, instead of calling repeatedly, we can call this function once, right? So this we call it as a procedure. And along with this, I think in future week you can see along with this procedure, we might also pass the arguments here. So in this question, there are no arguments, so we don't need to worry about that. So there is a count equal to 0. While pile 1 has more cards, read the top card from pile 1 and move the card to pile 2. This is the, I hope everyone knows, this is the standard procedure that we used to do from week 1 and 2, right? So you just read the card, read the pile 1 cards till it's empty, and you read the top card from it. And once you check all those conditions, you just move to the next pile, right? So the condition is what? So I can put it like this: if shop name equal to Big Bazaar, which in short form I'll put BB, and total is greater than average. Average is nothing but average bill amount. This is total amount for the bill. If both this condition satisfies, I can increment the count. Count is equal to count plus 1, right? So this is how this should be the correct answer. Let's look at the options. Okay. So here, what are the options can be correct here?
Option A seems
Option E and option C. Someone is saying, okay, you said also
yes.
option C. Okay. What
Yes.
about option B? This also checks for the same condition, right? But in a reverse manner. First it checks for the average bill amount, then it checks for the shop name Big Bazaar. This is also same condition, right? This is equivalent to this one and also equivalent to this one, right? So this is also the right one. And if you look at the option D, uh, this condition is wrong, if you see, right? This should be greater than. Your bill amount should be greater than the average instead of less than. So this is wrong. Any doubts here before we move to next question? Okay. Okay, in second question, again the pseudocode is given. The question is asking what will be the value of variable z after executing this pseudocode. That means after end of this execution, and this is executed using this course data set. Okay. And this is as usual, while pile 1 has more card, you read the card, you do any whatever the operations or conditions that you want to check here, and you move the card to pile. And these are the variables that is initialized. Sum t corresponds to total mark. This is math mark, and this is physics sum, and this is chemistry sum. All have been initialized to 0. And here there is something called z is equal to 0. Based on this condition, we'll be assigning the value of z is equal to 1 or minus. Okay. Can someone say what we are doing here?
We are computing the average.
Computing anyone?
So first of all, we are summing all the marks of different subjects, and then we are computing the average,
Hmm.
and then we are checking if it is greater than or equal to 0 or less than or equal.
Okay.
This sum of sum of P or sum of P. The
So
following seems
carefully
to be the sum of
notice
P.
this is not an average, right? Someone said it's average because it's not a count. This is sum. We are dividing by the sum. So basically, this totals this sum t stores all the sum of the total marks from the all the 30 students, and this is nothing but sum of all the mathematics students. Basically, all 30 students here also 30. So this is nothing but total. This is math. This is physics. This is chemistry, right?
We are computing the ratio of the totals by subject and the total by marks.
So what will be the value of this expression if I sum mathematics, sum physics, sum
That ratio should be 1.
yeah, the ratio should be 1, and some chemistry, because this, if I compute all the sum, this should be always equal to sum of my total, right? Because I
Yes, sir.
haven't left any card. I computed all the 30 cards individually, basically the maths, physics, chemistry, and I computed the total also. So this should be equal to my sum of total, right? So in this case, if I'm dividing the expression, this will be nothing but equal to 1, right?
Yes, sir.
So if this is equal to 1, what will be the correct answer here?
Z is equals to minus.
Greater than or equal to 0.
So for this expression, my value will be 1. Is 1 greater than or equal to 0?
Yes, sir. Greater than 0.
So initially, the execution code will go to here and gives z is equal to 1. We'll be assigning z is equal to 1, right? From 0 to, so basically from initially it is 0, I'll reassign it to 1. Again, if you come to this 14th line of code, again this ratio is also 1 because it's the same expression. And what we are checking is whether 1 is less than or equal to 1. Is this true or not?
This is
Yes,
also
sir.
true
True.
because one condition is satisfied.
Since this is also true, what will happen is the line will go to the 15th block and it will reassign it to minus. It's not like once you satisfy any one condition of if block, it's not like you cannot satisfy again another condition of if block. So whenever you see a if condition, if it matches true, you should go and execute the remaining, whatever the block that is inside this if block code. So the final answer will be nothing but -1. Since both conditions satisfied it and both of them executed the code that is present inside the if block, my final value that is got just reassigned is -1. So the correct answer is -1.
But how, like, it won't go to execute in this second loop, like if the ratio can't be less than 1,
No,
less than
right?
0, sorry.
No, right? Because it's the same expression. I'm not changing anything in my sum variables, right?
If you can show me, I got confused.
This sum variables, I'm not changing anything, right? This sum t, sum m, and sum physics and sum chemistry. So I'm just using the same expression, but I'm not changing any values here. Since both of the expression gives, because since it's the same expression, both of them values gives 1, and
But
this 1 is matching with both the condition, both the if
actually,
condition.
the sum m plus sum p plus sum chemistry divided by the total sum can't be less than 1.
No, right?
No,
If
it
I'm
can't be
summing
less
up
than 1.
all the if I'm summing up
Yes,
all the cards, definitely it should be equal to my sum of total, right?
yes. So ideally, we shouldn't be taking z minus 1. Because if the sum is less than 1, then only we should be doing z is equal to -1. But ideally, it's not going to be less than 1.
But the question says less than or equal to 1, right? Not strictly less than 1. It is less than or equal to 1.
Oh, like
My my expression is 1. Since it's less than or equal to 1, it's my if condition gives true. If it is true, I have to go and execute this inside whatever the code is present, right? So I go and execute 15th line and it got reassigned to minus. Okay.
Okay, so z assigned to -1. But what if z were previously assigned to 1 also?
I just reassigned it, as I said. Initially it was 0. My 11th line is true. So
Okay.
I went and executed my 12th line and I reassigned it. Okay. Again, I come to 14th line. Again, I'm checking whether this is true or false. Since it is true, it's
Okay.
matching my condition.
Got it.
Again,
Got it.
go and execute 15th line and I just reassign it to minus.
Fine.
Okay. Any doubts here before moving to next question?
Sir, can I ask one thing?
Yeah.
Like when we are using nested if, like if, and then again within if. So, what the we
Like
have
like this one.
yeah.
So the
Yeah,
if.
yeah. So, like one if is closed. Like here, so it is if is in between only. Like just now, what we have done in this one, just pseudocode, just what we have shown just now, what we were discussing. So, any one of the statement will be executed, no? If or it will just keep on going step by step.
Step by step it will go. If it is true, it will go inside that if block. If it is not true, it will just come outside.
Okay.
So for
So
example,
just now we can see.
here, if the, for example, let's take this option code. If my first condition is satisfying, total bill amount is greater than average, but my shop name is something other than Big Bazaar. So Sun General, let's say SGL code. Okay. So it will come to this block. So it will check for this condition because this is true in my card that I'm reading. So this will
Hello,
give me
sir.
true. So if it is true, what it will do is it will go and execute the next thing because this is inside the if block. Okay. Now if I go and check this shop name, my shop name is Sun General now. So this will give me false. So what will happen is, instead of going to this third line, because this is inside this if block, right? It will come directly to my fourth line, because this is false. So it won't go inside at all.
Sir, you're writing somewhere. I'm not able to see.
Is my screen
On
not
the
visible?
No screen. No, screen is visible, but where you have written that, I couldn't get it.
Here, in the option. Is it visible?
Just now, what we have pseudocode, you have. Can we see this just now? What we have discussed the pseudocode just now. Present question, not this one.
This one. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, like what I can see here, first if statement is ended in that, and then again the second is executed. So what I'm saying, when the condition is given above, so any one of the condition will be true in the beginning, then only it is going to execute any one of the if. No, simultaneously it can't be executed both the if. That is my concern, because one if is starting and then again it has been closed in between, I think, what I can see here.
Okay. Just a minute. Okay. It executes actually line by line, as I said. You don't need to worry about whether it's if I'm
Like
executing this
so
if block, why this is getting
Oh,
executed again, right?
just I'm saying like z equal to 1, if I'm getting, then it is end. Then
No,
again
no.
it is going to.
So it's going right. It's this if is not inside this if. This is outside the if loop, right?
So okay. So again it will be uh, this further will be executed the next one. I suppose, sir, if my concern is this end block, if I keep it at the end, like I'll not enclose in between, like this end bracket will be not there of the first if, then how it is going to execute
If
in between one if on the step number
i-
13.
if I remove this,
13.
what will happen, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So if I remove this, I need to push this if block either inside this if loop. That means by space, I need to start by here, or else this will throw syntax errors. That's how generally works. I have to close it at the end. I need to start inside this by having a space here.
No, my thing is, let's keep this as it is, and just the inside bracket I'm removing, and then inside end one for the first if and bracket I'm writing at the end. So will it be executed
No, no,
or
that will throw an error. That's not the right way to write it.
okay? So okay, so means it is not going to give any output, no, at that case.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, can we move to next question? Okay. Again, this is also executed using this course dataset. At the end of execution, count captures the number of students whose total marks are more than the class average, but have scored the below average in at least one subject. So this is the condition that we need to count it. And they have already mentioned you don't need to compute any average mark. This is already computed and stored in the following variables. And we just need to fill up the right code here. Okay. So if I convert this condition into something called uh, expression form, what the question is asking, total marks are more than the class average. I can put x dot total greater than the class average, that's nothing but average total, right? And there is one more and condition, and they are asking for the but have scored below the subject average in at least one subject. That means we need to check whether here whether uh, scored he or she, whatever he or she scored below average in one subject, right? This both conditions should be. If you look at the pseudocode, again, this is while loop is you'll keep on reading the 30 cards unless it will empty and you read the top card, and finally you'll be moving to the next card. Okay, this is where our whole procedure starts and we need to check it, right? So initially it's having A is equal to false, B is equal to false, C is equal to false, and D is also equal to false. That means what it is doing is it's basically checking the average conditions. Okay, and whatever we have I have written here, basically it's checking inside here and it's keeping a Boolean track of it. A is equal to true, B is equal to true, and C and D, right? If X dot total is greater than average T, it's keeping A is equal to 2. This is the condition that we wanted, right? So basically this we need it as true. And this is nothing but the X dot mathematics is less than average. So what we need is scored below the average in at least one of the subjects. So if you look at all three conditions, it's checking for the below average in their respective subjects, and we need either one of the variable should be true, right? Because we need at least one subject. So what can be the pseudocode here? So instead of writing my conditions again, I can just use this variable and I can write the conditions, right, using this if block. Because my A needs to be true because this has been already checked and stored in the variable A. Again, B, C, D, again it's checked and stored in the variable B, C, D account. So can I write a, let's look at the options first before writing by myself. So here, if you look at the options, what could be the right answers here?
A seems to be correct. If A and like or B or C or D.
A seems to be correct.
Option A.
Okay.
Option B or not. No.
Anyone who says option B is correct? Because this A condition checks for the total is greater than or average total or not, right? And this B and C, at least one subject scored below average, right? Because of at least one, we are using or in between all three variables.
Yeah, option A is right.
So this seems true, right?
So here one doubt is there.
Hmm.
We are writing B or C or D within the bracket. So it is automatically taking that A or B, C or D is true, because if the condition is not executed, so that B value will be false. But here it is not mentioned that this B is true or false.
B is not true.
How we can come to know yeah, B will be true or not? B, C
So
or D?
we are just checking for the condition. We are not checking on the actual values. Right? I'm not
Because
getting like
B,
what you are trying to ask.
I'm saying before we have assigned B, C, and D as false.
Initially, it is false.
Yeah. So in between, when we have executed, no. So it is not necessary that B, C, and D will be true. Suppose everything will be false, all three.
Yeah.
So when in the A option, no, so how this code will come to know that okay, B or C or D has been assigned true? Oh,
Okay, let's take an example. I
yes,
think
sir.
then it will be clear. Average total, let's say average total is 270, and average physics, average chemistry, average mathematics. Okay. So all three, let's take this as a 78, and this is 82, and let's say this as 71 or something. Okay. Now you randomly take one card, or you take one by one card, which is having maths mark, physics mark, and chemistry mark at total. Okay. Let's say my total mark is 280, and my mathematics marks is 70. My physics mark is let's say 80. The chemistry is 90, right? Or whatever. Let's put 80. Okay. Some random numbers. Okay. Now, if I execute the following conditions here, whether this option will be correct or wrong, initially you assume everything as false. So this condition will be true, right? Your A variable will become true because your total is 280 and your average total is 270. That is greater, right? And if you look at the B, C, D variables, your average mathematics marks is less than, because your 70 is less than 71. So your B variable will become. So according to this, your count should be increased, right?
Yes. I'm saying like B, C, D. If I'm keeping it below the
Aver-
average,
Below the average. Okay. Let's keep
then
physics as 75, chemistry
I can,
as what do we say? Chemistry is 82, right? Let's put 81. Don't compute the total. Assume total is 280. Don't make take a logic and all here. It's wrong. I know
yeah,
total is okay.
yeah.
Now in this case, your B will be false. C and D will also be false, right?
Yes.
Now here, but A will be true because A is greater than the average, because your total
Yes.
is greater than the average. So here, if I write this in a Boolean form, what it will be is true, and in the bracket it will be false or false, again or false, because B, C, D all are false, and this will be like this. Initially, what we will do? We'll be executing whatever present inside the bracket, right?
Yes, sir.
So if I execute whatever inside the bracket, it will be true and false, right? Because it's a OR condition. Everything is OR. So since it's everything is false, so I'll be getting a final condition as true and false. If I true, the output of true and false condition is nothing but false.
So
And
means if it
and
is
and this
false, then
and
this will
this
be not
gives a
increment.
correct one, right? Because I shouldn't increment for this condition, because at least I should get one subject you should have scored less than the average. So if it is false, I won't be incrementing also, right?
Means it will be not executed this time. This here I have the confusion. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Got it. The connection is lost.
Yes. The screen is not visible.
Sorry guys, my connection just got lost. Satinder, is it clear what we were discussing?
Yes, got it, sir.
In this
Thank you, sir.
example, if the math marks is less than the average of math marks, then it will B will be true now.
Ripen, what you were saying, I'm not getting it. Your voice is muffled.
Sir, one more doubt can I ask? Like,
Here in this question.
yeah, the same one. If
Hmm.
A is also false and everything is also false, then the count will be increased, no? Because the statement
A,
will be executed then.
if A is false,
And B, C, D is also false, means everything is false.
then it will be false and false, right?
Okay, false. Then further it will signal, means it will not go further. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. This again the pseudocode they have given it. Using the shopping bill data set, we just need to find out what variable A and B represents at the end of execution. Okay. And this is sum of SV, that means SV store, and this is Big Bazaar. And this is also count, we are just keeping an initialization. And we are just reading the cards while pile one has more cards. You just read the card and you just whatever we are conditions are matching, you just keep incrementing the sum and count. If it is SV stores, you increment the total bill to the sum SV. And if it is, and also you increment the count one. And if it is Big Bazaar, you increase the total bill amount to the sum BB and increase the count in BB, count BB. So I think this is very clear to everyone up to line 14.
Yes.
And in line number 15, if you see MSV and MBB variable, this is nothing but the average mark value, right? This is nothing but average bill amount of SV stores. Because this corresponds to the total bill amounts of SV stores, it just corresponds to count. And similarly, this is nothing but average bill amount of
Big
Big
Bazaar.
Bazaar store. Okay. And you are initializing A is equal to and B is equal to 0. Now again we are starting a while loop. If you see it here, we are starting with the pile 2 as more cards. Because my first while loop has read all the cards, now my all the cards are in pile 2. Because my pile 1 become empty and my pile 2 has all the cards now. So we are just doing in reverse way. Now since all the cards are here, like whatever the cards, I'm just reading it here and moving back to pile 1. That is what happened. That's it. Okay. Don't worry whether it has got changed to pile 1 or pile 2. Next, again, you are reading the card from the pile, and again, the if condition is saying if the shop name is SV store, and if the total bill amount is greater than the average of SP store, you increment the value of A, and if it is less than the this is for greater value, and if it is Big Bazaar, if your total bill amount is less than the average of Big Bazaar, you increment the B. So I hope you got the answer also, the variable A and B, what it represents. Let's see what the options are. What will be the right answer here?
So option A,
Option?
sorry, option B.
Option B, right? Because the number of bills with total bill amount greater than the, because the
Yes,
first
sir.
condition is greater, second condition is lesser, right?
Yes.
This is correct. And in the first option, this should be SV store, this should be Big Bazaar. And this is not wrong, this should be greater, this should be lesser. And this option is complete, right?
This we are doing week 2's assignment.
This is week 3.
Victory.
Let's go to the next one. I think this will be the longest question, which has the
Excuse me,
same common data.
excuse me, sir.
Yeah, Prisha.
Sir, your voice is breaking a lot. Can you like repeat what you said? Like the last thing you said, your voice was breaking a lot.
No, I haven't said anything. This question will be the longest question that will be having a common data.
Okay, okay.
So this is the common data that we'll be using up to 8th question. Okay. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Is my voice is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Hmm.
I have few doubt in week 2. Will I ask here or?
After we complete this practice session, I think we can take the doubts.
Okay, sir.
First, let's complete this practice questions.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Again, this is executed using the scores data set. And assume the average P holds the corresponding physics mark average. And what will be the count A, count B, and count C, count D at the end of execution. Okay. And here, the average P is also given. The mid one and mid two values also computed and stored. Okay. And count A, count B, count C, count D. Again, this is also stored. What will be the value of here? Mid one and mid two? This will be nothing but around 91.25. Okay. And this will be,
Sir, may I ask what is mid 2 and mid 1?
so, okay, let's see the code first. This will be nothing but 54.75. So basically, it's nothing but a range. This is the average 73, and this will be the lower range, and this will be the upper range, mid one and mid. This will be mid one, and this will be mid two, and this will be average. Okay. So something, this is nothing but a kind of range that that will be checking here whether this falls in this range or not.
Okay. Understood.
Now again, we just initialized all those count A, count B, count C, and if you take it from 0, this will be 0, let's see, and this will be 100. So we splitted this into almost a 4 sections, right? This will be 1, this will be 2, this will be 3, and this will be, right? That's what here also we are doing it, if you see. We are reading the top card, and if it is gender, again, see carefully. This is only a one if condition, and inside this if we are having multiple if conditions. So we'll be executing all this if conditions, whatever that is present inside, only if it is satisfies this if condition. That means the card should have a gender female, then only we'll be going and checking this criteria, whether it falls in this range or that range, right? So if the gender is female in the scores data set, what will be increasing is if the physics marks is greater than mid 2, I will be incrementing the count. So this corresponds to the range. That means nothing but if physics mark is greater than 91.25, this is the mid 2, right? That means this corresponds to the 4th section, this section. So we increase the value of count K. Okay. And if it is less than the 91.25, but greater than the average, which is 73. That means if it lies in this section, 3rd section, we'll be incrementing the count B. This is count B. And similarly for count C, we'll be incrementing this. Sorry, this is count C if it lies in this. And this is less than this mid one. It means this will be the count A. Right? Is this clear what we are doing here?
Yes, sir.
If
So
you
this
can repeat that.
Sorry, this is count D. This is count A, right? Yeah.
If we can repeat that, it's a bit confusing here.
So what we are checking is whether we are trying to find whether the physics marks lies in which range. We divided the whole range into 4 sections based on this average and mid, right? So if it is greater than mid 2, that is nothing but the mark is greater than the 91.25. If it is greater than 91.25, we are increasing the variable of count A, that is correspond to this 4th section. I mean the 4th split or section, whatever it is. And similarly, if it is less than 91.25 but greater than 73, that is nothing but this area, right? Between the 73 and 91.5. So we are increasing the count B. Similarly, for count C, we'll be incrementing between 54 to 73. This is nothing but less than 73 but greater than 54.75. And this is nothing but less than 54.7. So that is count D here. So kind of we just splitted 0 to 100 into 4 categories, and we are incrementing the counts, count A, count B, count C, count B, right? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, let's look at the question. What will be the value of count? So we need to actually go through the card and we have to check it. Shall we do it now, or you guys can do it by yourself? I think this is the whole understanding of it.
This we can do, but like here it has been given fractions we have to round off. 50.1 we'll consider as 50.1 we have to consider as 51. So 90.25 we'll take it as 92.
Yeah.
And 54.75 as 55. Then we'll go with the data set. So we'll work it out, sir. This one by understood, sir. Thank you.
Sir, here 91 will also be included. Okay. No. Understood.
So 91, if the mark is 91, it will come to in which variable? Count A or count
B,
right? Okay, I think it's clear. Okay, the value of count A is 5th question. Count B again 6th question. Count C is 3rd, 7th question. And count D is 8th question. I think this is clear. Let's go to the next one. Okay, this is 9th question. Again, this is executed using the scores data set. What will the count represent at the end of execution? So this has nested loops, if you see carefully. So the question is just simply asking what will the count represent at the end of execution. How many of you are having difficulty while reading this two nested loops? I just wanted to know. So that will brief about how to do nested loops so that we can
For the first time, we are seeing sir this part because you can see the syllabus, so it is accordingly. So I think first time we are encountering this type of things.
Yeah, you can explain.
Okay. What about others?
Yes, sir. Please elaborate.
Okay. Okay, we can take some data set also. Oh. So in this question, instead of having the pile 1 and pile 2, they are just mentioning as table 1 and table 2. Okay? That's it. So don't worry about that one. So this is, we are just initializing count is equal to 0. And while table 1 has more rows, that means what will it will do is, you will be reading the card or until the pile 1 or table 1 is empty, you will be keep on executing, right? And what you do after you read the first row, and you just move it to the second. That means you take the first card. I'll explain through the pile only so that it will be clear. You have the pile 1 of cards. Okay. This is pile 1. Let's say the pile 1 has 30 cards. And pile 2 has 0 cards initially. Okay. The first while loop, as usual, what it does is you take the first card. The first card will be something we assign it as x dot total, x dot mathematics, x dot chemistry, x dot gender, x dot city, whatever, right? And you, what happened is you just read it and stored it like this. You read the card and your values are stored in x dot total, x dot mathematics, whatever. And after you read, you just move to pile 2. That means my one card will be there in pile 2, remaining 29 cards are there, right? What you are doing is, while table 1 has more rows, still your table, your pile 1 has 29 rows, right? So what I will doing in this fifth line of while loop is, I'm reading my remaining 29 cards in my pile 1. So let's say I'm reading my next card, 29th card. That means my second card I'm reading from pile 1. And I'm storing it my y variable. That will be y dot total, y dot mathematics and everything. And here my procedure just compares something with x and y. That means I'm just comparing something I'm comparing with my first and second card, right? So far clear?
Sir, bit confused.
What about others?
Sir, from the second line means while table 1 has more rows. Second iteration, I'm confused.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Until fourth line is clear?
Yes, sir, clear.
Until fourth line, what it does is I just read one card and I move to my pile 2, right?
Yes.
Right now my pile 2 has one card and remaining 29 cards are there in my pile 1, right? Now
Yes.
what I am doing is in this fifth while loop, instead of reading in the pile 2 or whatever the cards which I moved there, I'm reading the same pile 1, which is having 29 cards. I mean, I read the first card and I stored it in my x variable, that is nothing but x dot total, x dot mathematics. This is the card
Okay.
that I moved to my pile 1. But I read all
Okay.
those values so that I know all the values what I need to compare. Similarly, I read my second card, which is from pile 1. That is, the
Okay.
remaining 29 cards were there. I read again from this pile 1 and I stored it in my y dot something y variable. And again, I know what is all the values that is there. And I'm executing something. That means I'm just comparing my first card and second card, right? First card has been moved to the pile 2. And the second card is, I'm just comparing it, right?
Okay. From the first card.
Huh. So I'm comparing with this pile 2. Sorry,
Okay.
the second card. And the second card, I've just compared, and what I'm doing with the second card is move the row y to the table 3. That means instead of pile 2, what I'm doing is I'm keeping the one more pile, that is pile 3, and right, just I have to erase this. Okay. Right now, what will happen is, my 29 cards were there. I just read it and move the row y to the table 3. So what will I do? I'll change it to 28 because my one card has been moved to pile 3 now instead of pile 2. See, whatever I'm reading inside this while loop, that has been moved to the table 3. Now again, what will happen? Again, I go back to my pile 1. I can see my remaining 28 cards were there because that's what my fifth line does, right? So what it will do? It will take my third card and compare with my first card. First card is nothing but that I have moved initially to my pile 2, right? Because everything I'm comparing with that x dot dot. Because whatever the cards I'm reading now inside this while loop, that is assigning as y, that is nothing but this, right? Y dot dot. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So similarly, I'll be taking this 28 card and putting here by after comparing whatever conditions count or something. Again, remaining 27 cards will be there. Again, I will take this 27th card. That will be nothing but fourth card. That is y. And I compare with my first card. That is x, which is in my pile 2. Right? And remaining
Okay. So
26 cards
every
will be
card.
there 3.
So every card will be compared by the first one only.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that is what this inside while loop does. Okay. Once you
Okay.
compare all the cards, my first card gets compared with second card, third card, till 30th card, all the cards. That means this while
So
loop is got ended.
pile 1 will have only one card if in the entire procedure. And
Pile 2.
okay, pile 2 will have only one card in the entire
Hmm.
procedure.
Yeah.
And we will take cards from pile 1 and move to pile 3.
3.
Okay.
So once this process got ended, that means this fifth line of while loop got ended, right? So finally, let's say I have my last card is 1 and here I have 28 cards because one card is here, right, already. So this, once I read this last card also, this is 29th card. That means this while loop got ended. After that, what it happens, move all the rows from table 3 to table 1. That means I'll empty this, I'll make it 0. I'll keep all those 29 cards here itself. Okay. Once I execute 11th line. So after this, what will happen is, again, it will go to my second line of while loop. Because only this while loop got ended, my second while loop is still there, right? Again, my 29 cards were there. Now what will I do? Again, I will read the card and I will move the card to table 2, right? Table 2, that means pile 2. So that my here 2 cards will be there. So now I will take and compare with the second card. Remaining 28 cards will be there in this pile 1. Again, one by one I will read and I will move to pile 3. My first card, let's say this is compared with second and third, 30th card. Now again, I will take the second card, which is in my pile 2 now. Now I will take the third card and I will compare with second, fourth card, again I will compare with second card, fifth card, again I will take and compare with second card. Similarly, 30 cards, up to 30 cards, right? I think now you are
Sir,
getting
up
the,
to hello.
I think now you are getting the point. So that what this 2 while loop does is it takes a card and compares with all the other cards.
Sir, it will be up to 28th card, no?
Yeah. So this process, again, it will go up to 29th card. 29th card will just only with compare with 30th card.
Okay. So all the cards will be processed.
Yeah, all the cards will be compared with all the other remaining cards.
Yes.
So that is
sir,
what this 2 while loop is basically doing.
so sir, when we are comparing pile 1 cards with pile 2, we are moving to pile 3, right?
Yeah. Again, we are
So
just once all the cards comparison were done with the pile 2, I mean the top card of pile 2, we are just shifting all the pile 3 cards to pile 1 again, and we are just again comparing the remaining cards one by one again, repeating the same process.
So where is the code that we are arranging the card pile 3 to 1 and on
This
table to see?
line number 11.
Okay,
Move all the rows from table 3 to table 1. Once you
Thank you, sir.
compare all the cards, you again move to the pile 1.
Okay.
Sir, here one line is not clear. Like count is equal to count plus compare something.
Yeah,
So
that I will come. That I will come. That is something it's been happening. I will explain now if it is clear. This one.
That's clear, sir.
Okay. Can I erase it? I think I won't be able to write further anymore.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now here I think it's clear what the 7th line and 8th line is. So usually we used to see a variable that count is being increased, like count is equal to count plus 1, right? But instead of count is equal to count plus 1, here there is something mentioned here. This is nothing but a procedure that we are calling it. procedure and we are passing the arguments nothing but x dot total and y dot total. That means this is getting compared, right?
Sir, I have a
Basic.
question. Sir, in the lecture video, there sir told when discussing the pseudocode, sir told that calling. What does calling means to run the program or something else?
Yeah, that means it's calling the procedure or function. Okay.
Means to
This
run the
compares.
procedure.
Yeah. This compares something. What will happen is this will go and call this function. And now
Okay,
here
to execute.
now this value and a and b will be nothing but x dot total, because we are passing first argument as x dot total and second argument as y dot total. So this will take x dot total and y dot total.
So excuse me. This is only the call by value or call by reference. This only, something like that.
Yeah, this one.
So this is call by
So
value or call by
yeah.
reference. Same thing it is.
I don't know what you are referring as call by value or reference.
Oh,
Basically,
so-
what it happens is you are calling this procedure, and whatever the
Yeah.
procedure returns a value, that will be compared here. Basically, if I'm calling this procedure, this has either return of -1 or +1, right? So
So
if it's
this
returning +1, count 1 will be incremental. If it's returning -1, this will be the case. Count is equal to count minus.
this procedure can be defined anywhere in the program through program, up or down, anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere.
So, sir, calling means to execute.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, this will go and execute this program by passing this values x dot and y dot. That means if I am calling this function compare something with the values of, let's say I'm comparing 272 and 282. So I'll go and call that. That will go and execute whether A is greater than B. Here in this case, this will be the A, this will be the B, right? So whether 272 is greater than 282 or not. If it is 2, it will return -1. If it is not, it will go and return +1, right? So accordingly, we'll be incrementing the count by +1 or minus.
Okay, so you are telling it's a calling because here the compare something is x total comma y total. So here A represent x total and B represent y total for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And again, there is a one more count, that is nothing but count is equal to count plus compare something y dot total x dot total. That means if I'm calling 272 and 282, I'll be calling with 282 and 272 in a reverse way. Now this will be assigned as A, this will be assigned as B, because the position matters, what we are referring here, right? So
Okay.
whatever I'm mentioning in the first argument, this will taken as A, and whatever I'm passing a second argument, that will be okay. So here, for comparing all the cards, if I'm comparing something x dot total, again I'm passing in a vice versa y dot total. If one, if the seventh line returns +1, this will return -1, right? Because I'm just reversing and calling the same function. Because if this condition is true, if I'm calling in a vice versa, this should be +1, right? You can take this as an example. If you reverse it, any number for the any number. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So what will be the value of it? So eventually it can become a 0 also, right? Because if A is greater than B and else if it is +1, it will be keep on saying +1 -1 +1 -1, right? If I'm passing in a reverse vice versa. There are three cases where, like, let's say suppose pass 272 282, where both the totals are unequal and where both the totals are equal. For example, 272 and 272. In this case, what will be the value?
0.
Not 0, right? I'm not returning anywhere 0 in my function. Compare something.
But sir, both are equal, no?
Both are equal means either one of these conditions should satisfy, right? So you
Okay.
take 272 is greater than 272
So
or
it
not.
would
This is
be
false.
It
Then
should
it
be
will
one.
come to else block directly and it will
yes,
return
yes,
1,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
So this will return 1. For both the cases, it will return 1 basically, right? Even if I reverse this one and again pass it as this as A, B and this as B, and if I even reverse it and pass it also. For example, this is x dot total, y dot total, this is y and x dot total. So even that case also this will be plus, right? So any comparison that is not equal total, that will be treated as zero count, right? Because it will eventually get plus 1 and minus. Is it clear?
Yeah.
It
Okay,
means this is the number of students getting the maximum marks. It gives total count.
not maximum. It's a same
Same equal marks, same
total number
marks,
of marks, right?
total number of students.
So either this should be this one or this one, right? Is it number of pairs or twice the number of pairs? Since we are calling the function 2 times in the line number 7 and 8, and if both of them returns plus 1 for the same number of marks, that means it's a twice the number of pairs, right? For one pair, we are incrementing twice.
Yes.
So the option D is the right.
B will be not correct, no, sir? Then
Yeah, B is not correct.
Why, sir? I can't understand.
So we are calling this 7th and 8th line as twice, right? If both of them returns plus 1, uh, if the two students having the same mark, we are counting twice, right? Instead of counting once. If we are counting only once, that will be number of pairs. If you are counting twice for the one comparison, that means twice the number of pairs, right? Option B.
Can you show us in the table with the live example? That would be bring more clarity.
Live example, I don't know how many total marks are there here. Is there any total marks that you can see here?
last column is the total, no? 210, 200. This is the total, no?
Yeah.
So it means if we are going to execute, the first 210 will be moved to pile 2. And then we are going to pick 198 as Y, and then we are going to compare, and then we can see the count.
So this one and this one will be compared, right? So this is having same total. So if count is calling the count plus compare something function twice, so this will return plus 1. This will also return plus 1. Instead of, this is one pair, right? Basically 210 and 210. But we are
Excuse me,
incrementing
excuse me,
the
sir.
count by 2, right?
Sir, can we see the stepwise so that it will be more clear? Like 210, then with 198, we are going to see that how count plus 1 and count that procedure, how it is calling and how it is executing. I think it will be more clear. If 2-3 data, if you are going to compare, let's take 2-3 data. So I think things will be more clear now. Clarity will be more. If you can do so,
Okay.
please.
Okay, fine. Okay, all right. Let me go back here. So shall I explain with the pseudocode or just using the data itself?
Just execution. Pseudocode understood, sir. So how it is this flow is executed, no? So that I think
Oh,
better understanding will be there.
okay. So first what will happen is you take the first card here. You take the first one as 210. This will be your first card. So as I said, it will compare with all this remaining 29 cards. Okay. So basically this 210 will be compared with 198 and this count function will be called basically. So 210 will be compared with 198 and again in the vice versa it will be compared with 210, 198, 210. So if this returns +1, this will return minus. Okay. And again 210 will be compared with 188, 173 and keep on, it will compare with 219. And once this 210 is being compared with everyone, now the next card will be 198 and 198 will be compared with 188 and 173
So
and remaining
one
it will
minute,
be
sir.
keep on
So
compare.
1 second. Like when we are going to compare with 188, 210, I'm going to compare with 188.
Hmm.
So now my count will be 2 instead of 1. Again, it will be 2, no? Because we have done the we have assigned the values, no? So 210
Hmm.
will be compared with 188, so it will be +1 above.
No, right?
Again, +1 means +2, no?
No, because you are calling the count function twice if you look at the pseudocode. If I'm comparing 210 with 188, if this gives +1, I have to compare in reverse manner also. This will give you -1. So if you add both of it, this will become 0, right?
Okay.
Sir, you are taking the both the condition.
Sorry.
Are you taking both the condition simultaneously?
Not getting what you are saying.
No, no.
This both compare something is there, right? That I'm speaking. Because first
Yeah, I am
comparison
telling
is
that
x, y
only.
total. Yeah, yes.
Both simultaneously you are taking.
Mm-hmm.
But sir, it will be executed after one is completed, no?
Yeah.
If first one is completed, then second one will start.
Yeah, right. First 210, I'm comparing with all the total marks, right?
Sir, here I have a doubt little bit. I'm saying like 210 and 198 I have compared. So in the first scenario, I've got count as +1.
No,
And
you
in the
won't
second
get,
scenario,
right? That's what I'm saying. You first comparing with 210 with 198, right?
okay, got it.
You
Now
compare
that
it.
count is 1 and 1 minus 1 is 0.
This will call compare something. This will give you
Yeah.
+1. Again, there is one more compare something. And this will be
Yes.
198, 210. This will give you -1. And your count will eventually will become 0 if your totals
Yeah,
are not same.
got it. That because I was taking 0 in both the cases. The one is has been passed to the second one counter. So in the second statement, that count value will be 1 minus 1. Automatically, it will be 0. Got it, sir.
Sir, I have a doubt. In the first one, you told that compared 210, 198, it will give the result as +1. So it will go on after before the first while is going to be end.
See the pseudocode, please. Okay. And the count is immediately being executed, not after the while. So once you execute this line number 7, and line number 8 will also be immediately executed, right? Because this is not outside the while.
Okay.
If my
So both
seventh
are
line gives
getting
+1, immediately
simultaneously.
my next line will give -1, right? Before I go and compare the next card.
Okay. Sir, here even number of cards are given, but if odd number of cards are given, then
It's a same procedure, right? You just
okay.
take a card and compare with remaining card. Again, you take the next card and compare with remaining card.
Okay.
So this 2 while loop, initially when you solve this might give you some like a slight of confusion, but once you solve twice or thrice, it will be much clearer. And yeah, when you take 210, someone is mentioning in chat box, when you compare 210 with 210 with same equal marks, like here, that is the first card and the 17th card. right? When you compare both, so this compare something in 7th line, this will give you +1. And the second compare something, which is 7th, this is 7th line, this is 8th line. So this will also give you +1. So eventually this will give you count will be getting increased by +2, right? If it is having same marks. So that's why the option is twice the number of pairs of the students who are having same marks.
Like
Like the
this though I've
like
understood.
the
Uh, doesn't it include this max of you can see the if we can make the list of the total and we can write max, so it is not going to give that value.
I'm not getting. Can you repeat like what you are trying to
I'm
say?
saying of the total marks, if you are going to make the list, means we and then in that, if I'm going to check for max of the list, max count, so it will also give the same output, no? Means number of students getting the maximum marks.
No, right? There could be multiple total marks where can be same, right?
Okay.
So there could be another two students who can have a same mark like something like 228. Again, +2 will be incremented. So this is one pair, this is another pair. So but the count will be 4, right? So that's why the option is twice the number of pairs.
so
Got it, sir.
sir, in the previous case you shown that +1 is occurring and -1 is also occurring, but here only +2 will occur, but no negative value will occur, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Can we move to the next question?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, if we compare 210 and 198, then it should be -1.
0, right? The
I
first
mean,
compare will give you +1. Second compare will give you -1. And
but
if you add +1 and -1, it will become 0, right? For that specific comparison.
no, sir. I'm saying that if we compare first thing, that is 210 and 198, it will be -1. Then if we compare 198 with 210, it will be +1. Then it will be 0, right?
Yeah. I
So
haven't checked properly like what procedure comparison gives, but if one gives +1, next one is -1 according to the condition, right?
okay, sir.
Okay, A greater than. Yeah.
Sir, I have doubt in week 3 of activity 6, sir.
Which question?
Question number 3.
Practice assignment.
No, sir, activity question.
Can we look at the end? I think only 2 more questions are left here.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
This you're solving the practice assignment, right?
Yeah. Is this okay? Okay, this is again using the shopping bill data set. So the question is asking about find the number of eligible bills for the lowest 3 total bill amounts. So we need to find the lowest 3 total bills. And this is having another, just need to fill up this part of the code. Or this while, first let's try to understand what this while loop is. Okay. And initially everything has been initialized to 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, assuming the total amount cannot be more than 10,000, assuming that we are initializing as a 10,000. Okay. And if we read the top card of X from the pile 1, if the total bill amount is less than first one, we are making third t is equal to second t is equal to first t is equal to x dot total below. Okay. I think it would be better if I go with some examples. Is there a data set here? Okay. Okay, here. Let's say the first card that I'm reading is 567. Okay, is 567 less than the first t? Nothing but 10,000, right? If it is true, what I'm doing is I'm just reassigning my third t is equal to second t. That means this will get shifted here and this will get shifted here. Because my second t is equal to first t, I'm reassigning. My first t is equal to x dot total bill amount. This is I'm reassigning to 567. Is it clear? Again,
Yes.
you check for the next condition. Is 567 greater than 567? Because I just now reassigned it, right? So these two conditions won't work. Even if you check it, this 567 is not greater than 10,000 also. Okay. Now let's read the next card. And again, let's look at the conditions here. My next card is 1525 total bus. Okay. And this is 1525. 1525. And again, you check out the total amount is whether less than 567 or not, because my first T is nothing but 5627. So is it lesser? False, right? So this will give you false. Again, you go back to this. If your total is greater than first T, 1525 is greater than your 567, right? And your total 1525 is less than your 10,000. These two conditions are satisfying in the ninth line. That means your second T will be third T. That means second T is nothing but you are currently having 10,000, and your third T will also be 10,000 because I just reassigned it, and your second T will get reassigned to 1525. Right? Let's look at the next one. 1341. My next card is nothing but 134. And again, you read the next card is 1341 less than 567 or not. Of course not. This will give you false. And you take the next condition is 1341 is greater than 1525 or not. No, right? This is also not true. And you check for the another if condition is 1341. Sorry, this is true, right? This is checking for the first T. So this will be nothing but 1341 is greater than 567. But 1341 is less than 1525, right? So what will happen? So this one, I'm reassigning my third T is equal to second T. That means my third T will get reassigned to 1525. And my second T will be reassigned to my X dot total bill amount. That will be 1341. So basically, we are just trying to find the
Least number, no?
least last three bill amounts.
So first will be among the list.
Yeah. This is first least amount. This is second least. This is third least.
So can you explain again from the beginning, like this how it has been assigned, and so I can understand again. So it is not very much clear to me. So from the first if statement.
So the
Like
first, what this first if statement does is, this part. Whenever you find a least number, for example, 210 or 560, whatever. Let's say this is the least 567. what you are doing is you are reassigning this 567 to first T, which is 567, and your second gets whatever your first value does add. Initially it had 10,000, so I just reassigned it. Okay, let me explain in this way. Already my first as 860, my second as something 1040, and my third as 1120. Now you found a card that is 567. So what you will be doing is you will be reassigning your first to 567 and your second to, because now your 860 will become second, right? So I'll reassign this to 860 and your third will become your second, 1040, because this is how it will be adjusted. You just, once you find your least card on the top, you just reassign first to second, second to third. Is it clear? This is what this first if condition is doing, if you look at it. Hello.
I'm just thinking, yes, sir. I'm thinking when I'm going to pick the first card. So suppose my first reading is 567. So 567 means the first card will be replaced by 567. And what the value has been assigned to the first in the beginning, that will be assigned to the second.
Yeah.
And what has been assigned to the second, that will be assigned to the third. So means ki in the beginning means second and third value is not going to change anyhow. Now suppose if I'm going to pick another card and that card is 347. So in that case, what is going to happen, or let it assume the second card is 860. Let it be more, greater than. So 860, now my first card will be 860. Second card will be my 560 and the third card will be 10,000. I think the first line will be going executed in this way.
No, right. Initially I have everything as 10,000.
Yeah.
So this is how the order will proceed, right?
So now once the first order will be maintained, means whatever the order, whenever I'm going to pick the card, so the first in the very first if statement anyhow is going to execute. So then after that it depends that whether the first if will be executed or second if or third if will be executed. Is it so?
Yeah. If you are picking the least card again, your first if will be executed. If you are picking the second least, this line will be executed for the second least. If you are picking the third list, this line will be executed. So if you find another card which is in between first and second, for example, let's say 712 something. So your first if condition will become false, right? Because this is not less than your first T.
So it will replace by the second position.
Yeah, it will replace by second position. Your first will be same as 567. And your second will be replaced by 712. And your third will be replaced by
860.
860. Because my right now, whatever the value that I'm holding in second, that will get replaced with third. And for example, for the third if condition, if you are finding any value in between 712 and 860, this if condition will be executed, your third value alone will get replaced. That is nothing but greater than second T and less than third in between, right? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, let's look at the options now. And what the question is being asked. Okay. Find the number of eligible for the lowest 3 bill amounts. Okay. If it is lowest 3 bill amounts means what should be the condition? What will be the right answer here? You have to just count the number of bills which is having less than or equal to lowest 3 bill amounts. Option B, right?
Sir, but
Which is less than the third
30
card.
Hmm?
Yeah,
30
B
is
option.
the highest. No,
Sorry.
I am telling that 30 is the highest, not the lowest.
Yeah. Last three, right? Last three lowest or what is
Okay.
the question? Hmm.
So how
Question is
can we?
lowest three cards. Yeah, lowest three total bills. That means less than three, right?
Sir,
This
but the
is
least number is coming at the first position.
lowest three, right? You need to just count the lowest three, not just lowest one card alone. Lowest three total marks. Sorry, total bill amounts. If any bill you are finding that is in the last three total bill amounts, you just need to count it. That's what the question is, right?
Okay, so you are telling third lowest.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Then go to the 11th question. I think this is something out of syllabus that is mentioned before. Okay, let's look at it. Again, executed using the scores data set that min total stores the minimum total marks obtained by any student, and what will be the flag value at the end of execution. So they are asking whether the flag will be true or false. So initially 101, 101, 101. This is the maximum initialization. We are just need to find a minimum value. Initially flag is false. You are reading the card, and what you are doing is you are calling this function. This has the card values. This has ABC. Right? ABC is nothing but we are passing these values. 101. Okay. So eventually what your procedure do something does is whether if you found a minimum marks in this particular category, basically let's say this is for mathematics because A is getting compared with mathematics, B is compared with physics, C is compared with chemistry. We find a least mark for mathematics, chemistry and physics, that will be get stored. Basically your A will store lowest math, your B will store physics, lowest physics, and C will store lowest chemistry. And it's returning what will be the A and B, C value also. Okay, right? And finally, what it happens is, and D computes the all three lowest physics and chemistry plus mathematics marks. Right? Is it clear?
So sir, D contains the student who marks of the student who get the lowest marks of the total.
Yeah, yeah. So it could be the A could be from one student, B could be from one student, C could be from another student. From the data set, basically, right? And there is a condition if minimum total is minus D. If this condition is true, flag can be true. Whether this condition can be true or not,
False.
false. Sure.
I think guessing, but not sure.
It can be equal. It can be equal to 0. Both the marks can be 0 also. So in that case, it will be true.
It cannot be. Even you take any example of it, you can work it out by yourself. You take any example of it, it will be always greater than or equal to 0. Either you can have value of 0 or it can be greater than 0. If you take minimum total and take the all three lowest total marks.
How it can be zero? It cannot be zero. It should always be greater than zero.
In the
It can be
rarest
equal
case,
to
it
0,
will.
right?
Yeah, got you there. Didn't got you there.
So the flag will be
So basically, it's capturing the lowest marks of chemistry, physics, and mathematics. So
Sir,
how it's
can
true?
you navigate to the top?
I got
Navigate to
till
the
like it's capturing the lowest marks in mathematics, physics, and chemistry. Till that I got, but after that, what it's doing the condition? If you can explain
Uh,
that part.
uh, Sir, one doubt is there. Is this pseudocode is based on our data set? Because
Yeah,
it
yeah.
depends that what is the data set. Then accordingly we can do. So I think what has been provided our score data set. Now in that we have to see that how it will be executed.
Yeah, yeah. It's based on our scores data set only.
Sir, after minimum total, you have overwritten this. D. Okay. So it would be greater than 0.
So
Yes.
it would always be
Yeah,
true.
true. Yes, yes,
Whatever
true.
total we have will always be greater than equal to 0.
Got it.
Okay. Let's go to next one.
Hello,
So
sir.
How
this
many
is,
questions are there?
I think this is the last one, I guess.
Yes.
Sir, I have a doubt in week 2.
Let's complete this. Okay.
Okay, sir.
This is the last one. This is the scores data set again. Just they are asking at the end of execution, Quantum captures the number of male students whose mathematics marks are less than the average mathematics marks of female students. So this what this Quantum does, number of male student whose mathematics marks is less than average female mathematics mark. But what they are saying, but the pseudocode may have mistakes in one or more lines. Identify all such lines. So, is there any error in the pseudocode? Can someone find it? You just check on the conditions and basic syntaxes. Okay.
So what sum represents?
Some you are just adding all those marks, right? Because the adding marks is there here.
Sir, line 4, X is
Count
gender.
is the number of cards, right? Count is the number of cards, right?
No, here the someone go counter you getting through this add marks, right?
Sir, error here is like we have to compare the boys and girls marks. So in that nowhere it is mentioned that one.
But this add mark only counts sum of mathematics marks and count of only female marks, if you see it here.
Okay.
So that means this average is nothing but average of mathematics marks of only female student, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And count them initialize to 0. While pile 2 has more cards, you read the top card. And if x dot mathematics is lesser than average, is this condition true?
No, sir. I think there should be x
Sir,
dot gender equal to male.
Yeah, there should be one more condition, that is x dot gender equal to male, and it should also have this condition, x dot mathematics less than average. Then this
yes.
if condition is true, right? Because we need to compare only with the male students. This count m captures only the number of male students, right?
Yes.
So only I think this line has error. Any remaining line has error. Count again gets increased. Move card, add card, gender. I think only there is a error in line number 11. Let's see the answer. Option B is the right one. I don't see any error in line number 4, 17 or 18. So it checks for female. Line number 21, no. Yeah, only line number 11 has the error.
Sir, what is in line number 17? Could you please tell once?
Line number 17 just checks for the gender, right?
But sir, here is asked for only male, no?
But the average we need to compare with female, no? This sum f and count f computes the average for the female one.
But in the question it is asked for male.
Yeah, we are comparing male one, count m. Comparing male with female. This is for the female average, right? Female max mark average. Okay. So that one we are computing from here. If you see, the function is calling this one. And we are computing the sum and count from it.
I have confused because the procedure is on the bottom side, that's why. Given female, that's why.
So basically the procedure can be written anywhere. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Any other doubts?
I have doubt on the week 3 activity question.
Week 3?
Activity question.
Activity question.
Sorry.
Any doubts from week 2 or that we have discussed today? I think week 3 there is one more session. There are 2 more sessions on CT, Friday and Saturday. I think you can cover it there.
Yes, sir. Week 2 activity.
Sir, I have not gone through the week 3, so just give one day more. Like, no, we'll go through it then.
Yeah, sure.
Sir, week 2 2.5 activity question. I have a doubt on question number 3.
Just let them. Week 2 activity 2.3.
2.5.
5.
So 2.3 is my dimension and project.
Let me go through this information. Yeah. Third question.
Yes, sir.
What's the doubt here?
How many comparisons to be made?
Let S average, G average, D average represent the average revenues generated by 3 shops, and how many pairwise comparison among 3 variables would needed to find the maximum average. This is very simple, too.
According to me, the answer should be 3, sir.
Why you need to compare 3? The answer is 2, right?
Yes, sir.
If you are comparing, this will be the first comparison, and this will be the second comparison. Within 2 comparison, you will be able to find the maximum, right?
Okay, sir. Suppose we are comparing SV and SG, and SB is greater than SG. And now we are comparing SG and BB.
No. First you are comparing SV and SG.
Yes, sir.
Right? Minimum number of comparison they are asking, right? How many pairwise comparison among 3 variables would be needed to find the shop maximum average?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So minimum you require 2, right? You don't need 3 comparisons to find it.
Suppose we are comparing SV and SG, and now we are comparing SG and BB.
SG and SB. Like this.
And when we compare SG and SG, SG is greater than SV.
Yeah, I got your point. But the answer says how many, I think here it should have how many minimum pairwise comparison. I think this keyword is missed. I'll update. Okay.
Sir, I have doubt in week 3 activity 2, sir.
Week 3. Week 3 can we discuss in next session? I think 2 more sessions were there. I also have another session after 5 minutes.
Sir,
Hello.
Sir, so today week 3 will not be discussed.
First question,
Sorry.
sir.
Week
Today
3?
week 3 will be discussed or not?
We have discussed week 3 practice assignment, right?
No, activity questions.
Activity questions we have not discussed. We'll be discussed in coming session.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. We can
Sir.
discuss in next session if you are having any doubts in week 3 activity.
sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah, please.
Sir, I have in pseudocode, I have a doubt in true or false value.
Exactly like where you are having doubt.
Sir, like in the second step, when you assign a value, suppose in the previous question we saw false value in second step, and after the if statement we assign the value true. But sir, in a flow charts we saw that for a value we kept as true. If the situation is opposite, then only we can consider it as false. So this is a bit confusing for me.
I think this confusion a lot of people might come because it's according to the question whether we need to change it to true or false. In most cases, what will be the cases?
Yes.
Initially, we assume it as false. If the condition is true, then only we'll make it flag is equal to true or the variable is equal to true. That's how we used to write it in pseudocode. Because but you can write it in opposite way also. That's not a problem. But once you solve more questions in this type of section, I think you'll be able to clear it out. You just see what the question is asking based on the variable, whether it is true or false, and what kind of condition you need to check. Accordingly, if you are able to follow, then it will be clear.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in the
Okay.
2.5 activity, you told there should be minimum, so
Hmm.
the answer would be 2. But also,
Yeah.
if there would be minimum, the answer must be 3.
No. If it is minimum, you just need two comparisons, right? You
Sir,
take any store, you just compare with the remaining two stores. Then it's only two, right?
oh, please, can you understand me, sir? Hello, sir.
If there are three stores, SV, SG, and Big Bazaar. If I'm taking SV store, I just need to compare with SG once and a Big Bazaar once to find a maximum or minimum, right?
Okay, sir. Sir, while comparing SV and SG, if SG is greater than SV, and while comparing SV and BB, if BB is greater than SV also.
Then you compare remaining one, right?
Yes. Then we have
Accordingly.
to again do third comparison, SG and BB.
No,
Which one
only
is
two
greater?
comparison are enough, right? For example, let's say SVS 1000 and SGS you are saying greater 1500. Once you compare SV and SG, you found out that SG is greater, that is
Yes, sir.
1500. Now I don't need to compare again with SV, right? This is my first comparison. My second comparison will be directly with SG and Big Bazaar, right?
Oh.
Two comparisons are enough, right?
Okay, sir. Okay. Like this it would be.
Hmm.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, in week 2, activity 2.6, question number 3.
Activity
2.6.
question number.
Question number 3.
So the word corresponding to which max was updated for the final time is the words has the maximum frequency.
Yes.
Consider a new version of paragraph data set, and that has 100 words in it. Assume we have figured out the counts of all unique words in the data set. For this iteration, we initialize a variable called max is equal to 0. This is used to be the find the count the most frequently occurring word. We now perform the second iteration over the unique words to compute the value of max. Final time is one of the words that has the maximum frequency. What's the right answer here?
True.
True, right? I'm not getting your doubt. Like, what's your doubt exactly?
Sir, I can't understand why it is true.
Can you tell me what's given in the question? Hello.
Hello.
Can you tell me what's given in the question from your understanding?
Sir, it is given all unique words given in the iteration which occurring very frequently. But here, sir, we now perform a second iteration over the unique word. There is, I can't understand what is the asking.
So we are basically performing a iteration with the unique words and compute the value of max. That means how many times this unique word has been occurred. Because we already computed that count of all the unique words in the data set, right? See
Yes.
this one. So since we know like all the unique words like the is Monday, how many times it has occurred? 3 times, 5 times, 4 times, right? If we perform the second time iteration over this, we'll be able to directly get a count maximum number of times that the frequently it has been occurred, right?
Yes, sir.
That's why it's true.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, guys. Any other doubts, or else we can close the session? It's already 8:10. Okay, guys. Then
No doubt.
if there are no more questions, I think we can close the session. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.